Welcome back. You're watching ED Inside. FDI in retail may have hit a roadblock, but it may only be temporary. For years now, some of the biggest retailers around the world have been trying to get a foot in the door without much luck. So once the doors are opened up, who will partner with whom? Nikhil Sivadas has the answer.
It's a twilight moment for India's retail industry. It could be a brand new day or just a false dawn. For years, big box retailers have waited patiently for India to let them in, and now they might be closer to that moment than ever before. Things in India's $400 billion sector may never be the same again.
I see it as a game changer, especially in a lot of retailers who believe in India's story would look at India. We would see on the single brand retail a significant amount of investment, and on the home retail side, I believe there is a retailer who can come up with $1 billion to $2 billion investment out there. I am seeing a lot of retailers investing huge sums of money on the multi-brand retail side. I expect of around $6 to $8 billion of investment can come in a short to medium term.
That means that there is nearly 42,000 crore rupees that is waiting to be invested in organized retail over the next few years. According to a report by A.T. Kearney, organized retail accounts for 7% of India's $435 billion retail market, and it's expected to reach 20% by the year 2020. And food accounts for nearly 70 to 80% of that. But this segment remains underpenetrated, and that's where the opportunity lies. So what format is likely to attract foreign investors? A.T. Kearney is of the view that big box retail in the form of hypermarkets is gaining prominence over supermarkets and small formats. And here is what BCG thinks will drive buyers.
If there is a set of retailers who actually have a set of stores or a set of loyal consumers, then that's going to be something to look at. The second is what is the kind of back-end infrastructure that some of those retailers have built up. And the third and most important is what is the kind of brands or the brand recall that they enjoy.
While that's what buyers will be looking for, here's what companies looking to raise money should be asking for.
If I were to look for a partner for an international company, I would like to see what kind of an understanding they have about Indian consumer and the Indian market. The second aspect which I would look forward in a partner is that India's distribution system is very, very complex and convoluted. Do they have any role to play in helping me develop the supply chain? And the third part would be retail space physically.
If and when FDI is permitted, chances are that most of the money will go to companies that have already struck global partnerships. At the top of the list of such partnerships is Bharti Enterprises, which forged a joint venture for wholesale cash and carry and back-end supply chain management operations with the world's leading retailer Walmart more than 4 years ago. Walmart has been unable to participate in the multi-brand retailing segment so far, but with the government looking to permit 51% FDI in this segment, it looks like Walmart and Bharti can take the relationship to the next level.
We are very glad and happy that the government has finally cleared 51% in multi-brand retailing and also 100% in single brand retailing.
We are partners of choice for each other, so it's a natural progression that it should work towards it. Investments were at that time announced, as I said, with 15 stores in mind. Today we already crossed the number, 4 is ahead. Obviously investment is going to be much more in terms of that. So we're going to work out the details and numbers now as we go along.
Next in line is Tata Group's Trent Hypermarket, which sealed an exclusive franchisee relationship with the world's third largest retailer, Tesco, in 2008. The alliance allowed Tata Group's hypermarket chain Star Bazaar to leverage the retail expertise and technical know-how of Tesco. Trent has also proposed sourcing its merchandise through the wholesaling operations being established by Tesco in India. Industry insiders say that foreign players are more likely to find comfort and invest money in companies promoted by large business houses that have a global presence, like the retail arm of the Aditya Birla Group.
We have, of course, received many requests in the past, but we had decided that till FDI in multi-brand retail is opened out and it becomes completely legal and completely bona fide to get in a partner, we would not look at this subject. So I am sure that in the coming years, at an appropriate time, we would also be open to this idea.
From retail arms of large business houses to India's largest retailer, Pantaloon Retail, which is present across several formats. According to a report by Edelweiss, Pantaloon Retail will be the biggest beneficiary of FDI in retail because it has a presence across formats and has tied up real estate for its expansion. And Pantaloon Retail is FDI ready because its balance sheet is over-leveraged on account of its borrowings-led expansion in the past few years.
How should we look at deleveraging our balance sheet? How do we make our balance sheet stronger to manage disproportionate growth in retail business, because we believe this business is the business.
While some analysts are of the opinion that Biyani may be able to get the best value because stake in each retail format of his company can be sold separately, others disagree. They say that Pantaloon Retail may find it tough to attract a different set of buyers for each format, and buyers may not necessarily want exposure to all the formats the company has currently. Next in line is Hypercity, which has already signed an exclusive supply agreement with UK's Waitrose. Hypercity is a subsidiary of Shoppers Stop and is looking to bring in foreign partners.
Now that the rule book is clear, the fine print is out, I think we'll study it and understand what are the opportunities for us.
While large and medium players may find funds relatively easily, it is the smaller players that will have a hard time luring investors. That's the bad news. The good news is that this could lead to a slew of new retail joint ventures in India.
It's not about who is existing. There could be new business houses who would want to get into retail, for example, because now they have the ability to get foreign partners, get the capability, get the investment, and launch in the market. So I would say that maybe you will see some newer players also emerging as a part of the retail game in the next few years.
Sure we could, because India's organized retail market is one of the fastest growing markets in the world. The right partner could give a foreign player access to markets that may be difficult to enter, but one that promises big payoffs. And the lure of higher returns is what makes the Indian retail market irresistible for global investors.
Indeed, but the biggest advantage to FDI in retail is that it'll help reduce prices by providing domestic retailers technology and know-how in supply chain management. We'll tell you how after the short break. Don't go away.